I don't think there's any of us who are not experiencing this squeeze right now. These goods and services are going up, but wages aren't rising to match it. The report says wages have only gone up about 3% on average. So I spoke with a financial expert to learn things you can be doing right now to ease that burden on your family. Charred walls and a missing ceiling is all that remains of Abigail West's former home. Her family's rental house caught fire in late February, claiming most of their belongings and their beloved family dog.
And I ran and took the baby out, and I called 911 right then as I got out.
The competitive housing market has made it difficult for Abigail's family to find a new place. She keeps what's left of her belongings in a small shed and is staying with family until they can move.
It's been a rough 5 months or so.
Abigail is one of thousands of Nashvillians feeling the impact of today's economy. A new study finds the average Nashvillian is 10 to 20% worse off now than they were this time last year. And at least half of Nashville's population is living in wage poverty, meaning they don't earn enough to cover basic household needs.
Paycheck to paycheck is not a fun place to be in.
Andrew Winnett is the owner of Legacy Builders Wealth Management in Brentwood. He says many families are burning through savings and racking up debt to get by.
And people are having to pay groceries and gas and put that on the credit card just to make ends meet, which is really unfortunate.
Winnett says if you're stretched financially, the first thing to do is take a hard look at your budget and find ways to cut back.
Maybe it's Netflix or Hulu. Maybe it's the gym membership that you haven't gone to in the last 90 days.
Winnett says it's about baby steps, saving in small increments or paying off debt just a bit at a time.
It takes a lot of discipline. You've got to make a commitment.
A commitment more Nashvillians will need to take this year as the economy continues its squeeze.
More than 600 home builders marched to Capitol Hill earlier this month, all to deliver a letter to lawmakers with more than 10,000 signatures. All of this as they believe a lack of action could lead us into a recession. These builders want lawmakers to support policies that they say will help ease building material and increase the number of affordable homes.
When the builders have to pay more, that means ultimately the buyer is going to have to pay more.
Jerry Howard with the National Association of Home Builders says they are dealing with supply chain disruptions. Another issue is worker shortages. They need 450,000 more workers. All this with inflation. He says material costs are up 47% since spring of 2020.
I think that people are voicing their opinions and they're saying we need help, but I don't think anyone's really listening now.
Amanda Richardson, a Tennessee native, is struggling to buy a home with her husband. They're hoping for some kind of change.
I've never been able to break through finding a job that would be able to pay me enough in order to get me to be able to live financially with just me and my husband.
And they're not alone. Jerry Howard says the future of the economy is hanging in the balance.
And that's a crisis situation that we think needs to be addressed, or we believe it's going to lead us into an overall recession.
Howard says that home builders, including 30 here in the state of Tennessee, have had more than 200 individual meetings with representatives and senators. They say they plan to address this again with lawmakers during summer recess.